Hey y'all, welcome to Freedom Makers. I'm Amanda, and this morning Sunshine and I are whipping up some Zoodles. We're going to make some freezer meals this morning. I'm going to take you guys along. So here my Sunshine Girl is nibbling on some Zoodles. We made zucchini noodles. This morning I used my mandolin here and made a huge bowl full.
Yummy, yummy.
Yummy, yummy. Well, we made all of these because I found some zucchini at a really good price. And I am gluten-free, so instead of buying those expensive gluten-free lasagna noodles, we made Zoodles to make some lasagnas. This is the Zoodle lasagna bake that we already made. We are using leftover spaghetti sauce. This is mostly from my own tomatoes. I did add in 1 can of store-bought sauce just to bulk this up a little bit, and of course the ground beef in here did not come from our place. We do not have livestock yet, just some chickens. Anyway, this is lunch from yesterday. We had spaghetti, and so we had this huge pot, and so I am making 2 of these, maybe 3, I'm not sure. I've mixed up some ricotta with some egg and some parm and some pepper. And I think that's all that went in here, and I'm just layering. So we are about to do this second dish. Now we've finished our second pan. We put Zoodles on the top of both of these because I don't know how much this is going to cook down, and we have never done this before. And so Sunshine is going to help me with the cheese. We're going to put that on the top and we'll be done. You going to help, sweetie?
Get some more cheese.
Yes, you can have some more to eat. But are you going to help me spread it first?
First I'll eat some more.
You just want to eat some more?
Okay. Some more.
Okay, she's more interested in eating the cheese than spreading some cheese. So this is just mozzarella that I'm putting on the top. These pans are very, very full. I did 3 layers. Okay, now I've got both of my lasagnas in here. I'm just going to let the cheese melt, let it cook down just a little bit, because I'm not sure if I should be freezing the Zoodles since they have not been blanched or anything. I don't know how much water is going to release in the freezer. I don't want these to go freezer burnt, so just a precaution, I'm going to go ahead and bake these slightly. Not all the way through. I'm not trying to crisp them up or anything because I will be putting these in the oven later. But I'm going to let them cook for a little while. In the meantime, I have a little bit of sauce and a little bit of ricotta left, but I do not have any more Zoodles. So I'm using cabbage, and we will have this for dinner. Sunshine and I will. My parents have other plans, so I've got sauce at the bottom, some cabbage, ricotta. I'm going to pour some more sauce on the top, cover it in cheese, and Sunshine and I will eat this for dinner. It's going to be kind of like a cabbage roll that's been turned into a lasagna, so I anticipate this being very, very delicious. Okay guys, I just got these out of the oven. This is number 1, this is number 2. These are looking beautiful, and then this is what we're having tonight. I just put some mozzarella on the top of this. I'll bake this later because it's still kind of early in the day. So these started to crisp up just a little bit at the edges, so I was like, oh no, I kind of forgot about them. So, but they didn't like crisp up too much on the top. They're still going to be able to crisp up in the oven later. I just didn't want to burn the tops of them when I put them back in the oven. So these are going to be fine. I'm going to let them cool completely. They are super, super hot right now, like lava. Alright guys, we also have found a really great deal on avocados. These were 25 cents a piece at our local Walmart, which is phenomenal. And so we had a huge big bowl beside this one full of avocados, but we have already started making guacamole. We are going to put some of those bad boys in the freezer. Alright guys, here in my food processor I have 7 avocados and some salsa. We're going to blend this up together. We also put a drop of lime oil in this. We love our lime oil in a lot of different recipes, especially Mexican food. So we have a drop of that in here. It's going to also help them not to turn as quickly. So we're going to blend this up and then maybe add a little bit more salsa. Let you guys see. It's not a lot of salsa, but it'll give a good flavor. We're doing that instead of adding like the onions and the garlic and all of that separately. Normally I would also put cilantro in this, but we don't have any on hand. I would use some cilantro oil, but it's just really, really strong. So if you do decide to use cilantro oil, only use a toothpick. Don't put a whole drop in here. A drop is enough to flavor a 8-quart stock pot of refried beans. I do know that. So for this little batch of salsa, that's just a little much. So we're going to blend this up and see how it comes out. Beautiful. Let's see how it tastes. Okay, this stuff is amazing. We're so glad that we picked these up. 25 cents a piece for avocados. That's unheard of where we are. They're usually about $1 a piece. So we got several. We are going to eat quite a bit of this because we're just loving it. But we're also going to put some in quart bags, or we may just do 1 quart bag because we're probably going to eat the rest to freeze. And then at a later date, we can thaw that out and eat it with chips as well. Really good. Taste it. Is it good?
Yum.
Yum. This is a winner. Yum. Okay, y'all, I've got my first Zoodle casserole still on the cookie sheet because this is going to keep it level until it hardens. I want to leave it on that. This is the guacamole. It is just in a quart freezer bag. This is going to stay good when we thaw this out. You just mix it up and eat it. I mean, it's going to stay green. It's going to be beautiful. We've never had problems with this, so it's going to be fine. So for those of you who I'm sure are going to ask questions about this, we have never left it longer than 3 weeks to a month because we just really like guacamole. So we will probably use this very quickly. I do not know how this will hold up in the freezer long term, but in 3 weeks, it's still going to be fine. My other casserole is down here farther down in the freezer. I have several homemade meals in casserole dishes behind here. This is banana bread. Like I said, I'm going to have this cookie sheet out here underneath it until tomorrow, and I'll come back out and retrieve this just so that this solidifies and it's even at the bottom because if I were to set it on anything else, it might ripple or something, and so we don't want to freeze it like that. But we have also started making some meals in bags. This is a bourbon chicken. We have some soups and things, different sauces and things that I have been trying to prepare. And then I found these at Walmart recently. I love that they have a bottom that is solid, so I can easily wash anything that in the bottom here thaws out or anything if it gets yucky somehow, because that happens. And it has happened here before, and I've always just had things on the grates. So then if something melts, or because this is an automatic defrosting upright freezer, and so sometimes things will leak and then leak, and then leak, and then leak. And it's just a mess. So I'm finding that these are very, very helpful. This was like $3 at Walmart. These are also stackable if you put the handle pieces in. So they make different sizes. I highly recommend something like this for your freezer meals if you want to stand them upright. It's working out great for us. Well guys, now dinner's in the oven. I'm gonna come out here to see my chickens and bring them some feed and redo their water and stuff, but we have a new rooster and I thought I'd introduce you to him. So they've been out free ranging today. It's almost dark, so they were in the coop. I just enticed them out here by throwing out some feed. These are just sweet potato vines that they've picked clean. This guy is our new Roo. Isn't he beautiful? Our old guy had to go. We let a friend of ours put him in a pot in exchange for this guy. I want to keep a rooster on hand because I want to be able to hatch my own babies. This guy is very gentle. He's been around people. He's really been great. We also found that the reason we were only getting 2 eggs a day is because the other rooster was eating our eggs. We caught him in the act, and so he had to go. This guy was going to go in a pot just because our friend had too many roos, and so they were going to have to cull some, and this guy is really gentle, so they said, hey, you guys need another rooster? We were just going to put him in a pot. Let's switch out. So the egg eater got in their pot, and we got a rooster for free. He has been great with these hens. This morning I came out and got 4 eggs instead of 2. And he's only been here about 24 hours. We are super, super happy with this guy. And he's also quite beautiful. Well, y'all, I just mentioned that we got 4 eggs today. And we're thrilled because we normally only get 2. And now there's another one. So we've got 5 today. When we're used to having 2. And not all of our chickens are of age to be laying yet. So we are well on our way to supporting ourselves with eggs now. Yay! So we really thought that the other chickens just weren't old enough. We thought that that was a little strange. They should be laying, but we were going to give them some more time. We had no idea that our Roo was eating our eggs. I'm so glad we caught him in the act. Now we have eggs. Well, guys, we're about to sit down to a lovely dinner. I'm so thrilled to have put some more casseroles in the freezer. Just for crazy days. It's going to be wonderful to have those. We're excited to have gotten 5 eggs today. That is just ridiculously unheard of here at Freedom Acres. We normally get 1 to 2 eggs. So I am just thrilled and tickled. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and for sharing some time with me today, following us through part of our day. I really appreciate each of you, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye, guys.